Hi guys, Kevin back from Watches with Joe and Kevin. Going into episode 2 of Arcane. Really shocked by the first episode in terms of like the gritty reality of the show. I think of at least me as completely an outsider, thinking of like anime as like being really abstract in terms of like artistically exaggerated, maybe more colorful, and this is obviously much more grounded in reality. Especially the people, the sound effects were very realistic. Obviously, that I think that works really well for the show, especially when you do get into more fantastical elements like the orb that explodes, or whatever potion or elixir turn the mouse violent and dangerous against the cat at the end. But I really like how gritty and real everything else is. Like the war at the beginning of the episode, some of the explosions were like really striking and shocking, and so the imagery was really striking. It was a really captivating way to start the show, just fantastically expertly done. The one thing I'm still like, I'm really glad I took notes. Hung up on a little bit that I need more clarification on is kind of the geography of everything. I believe that the city, the city on top was called Piltover. I don't know if that's like just the rich neighborhood they were at, or if it's the entire above world. I'm sure we'll get more information on that versus where they are, because I felt like they went underground, and that's where a lot of it is, but they were also on surface level for part of it, so I'm not 100% sure. They mentioned, Vander mentioned that his area, at least, was called the Lanes. I don't know if that's the entire, poverty-stricken outworld, but I feel like at least part of it is underground, but they spend a lot of time on the surface. I thought when they were looking up at the hill that they were still underground, and I watched the episode again to catch some of these details, and it turns out that the moon was right over it, so they actually went back to topside. So that may have been Piltover they were looking at. But I'm still really curious about, like, because they were showing like giant buildings and castles on top of the hill, and I'm sure there's more lore that we need to explore, get into who's really running at least the top land. And I'm curious also if there's like a governmental structure, somebody that's kind of running the underworld, someone beyond Vander, who the police went to. So a lot of questions, but it was a really, really intriguing first introduction to the world and the characters. I thought it was expertly done. As someone who's never obviously played the games, I thought it worked really well as a television pilot. So many more questions. We'll go and get started here. I do want to thank all of our Patreon subscribers for being here with us. Thank you, guys. Special shout out to our super patrons: NJ, MTC93, Actuarial Lurker, Anna, Ballers Fuldez, Jeff, Derek Peterson, Yannick from Montreal, Sudugunda Varapu, Jamie Morgan, Christy Goverston, Diana Perry, Taylor, Andy Schreiber, Trey Contreras, Humain, Wolfgang Wolf, Lindsay Swift, Squick, Sweet Baby Silvernell, Adam Pacio, Matt Tyler, David Adler, Chris O'Donnell, Katie K, Seth Walker, and Doc Cooley. Thanks, guys. As always, really glad you're here with us. Description below, link to our Patreon page for full-length watch-alongs. On Arcane, I'm going to be a couple episodes out on Patreon of where it is on YouTube. I'm going to have taken more notes on this than anything we've ever watched. By the way, is this done after 2 seasons? Are they doing a 3rd season? See, like, look at this. Everything looks so real.
You really went to the Undercity to get these?
Careful. That's your parents' money you're dropping.
Okay, so this is the guy who they robbed.
Is someone in there?
Yeah, he could have died right here, actually. So this kind of mirrors Vi and Powder's story really well from the beginning of the war, right? Kind of rescued by somebody else. Except this guy has powers. Kind of like 2001. So is that what the orbs that he's been making are? Was something reminiscent of that? I mean, that was obviously a lot of energy. I kind of like that too as an opening, balanced against the last episode, because it's such a cool opening. It's kind of like they're both orphans, kind of both groups, and it's just kind of like the luck of the draw on who, where you grow up, where your circumstances are, how your life turns out.
Oh, the misery. Everybody wants to be my enemy.
We're still early, so hopefully I'm not being too annoying when I point out how incredibly cool this opening credit sequence is.
There's a lot of restricted items here, and I don't see any permits.
Who authorized your research? It was an independent study. How am I dangerous?
No, that's for the council to decide.
Okay, so arrested for having a bunch of contraband.
Imprisonment. What a curious principle. No great science should ever put lives in danger.
Professor Heimerdingerei, a way to harness magic through science.
The arcane is dangerous, Jayce. A force of nature. Science cannot control it.
There's no way I spelled Heiberdinger right.
All my life I've pursued the mysteries of science, only to discover some are better left unsolved. Own your mistakes before the council, but speak nothing of magic.
Awesome. Oh, this is like a video game?
Vander said to lay low. Enforcers never come down here, so this is as good a place as any.
Maybe just don't take powder next time.
Oh, man, this guy needs to let it go.
Get back!
Oh, so they are coming down here.
Give me a name.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like the kind of place where people rat.
You should see this.
Uh-oh.
Search them.
Go ahead, idiots. You got nothing.
Oh, no. Well, now they know who they're looking for, unfortunately. Yeah, because Milo does, when he was like, go and search it, they have nothing. He doesn't think they have anything.
You need to hide those crystals.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
If I
We
may.
need something revolutionary, Alora. Something to put Piltover on the map.
Is Piltover not on the map?
It's Jayce of House Talus.
A house? But Heimerdinger favors him?
As far as I can tell.
Yeah, let's teach him what it means to mess with us.
Yeah, Vander's not going to be down for that.
We crossed that bridge once before. We all know how that ended. This will blow over.
The Vander I knew, the one who built the underground, wouldn't be afraid to fight.
It's not about being afraid, it's about being smart.
Imagine what the whole of the lanes could do.
Jeez, even Powder wants to fight.
So why aren't we?
Vander's gotta deal with the enforcers.
What deal?
I don't know the name of the actress who voices her, but it's very familiar. I mean, we've seen her in movies and stuff. Oh yeah, so we're definitely getting some lore expansion here. What are the odds he doesn't mention the magic? Defending himself by saying he's on the edge of a breakthrough.
You are accused of illegal experimentation and endangering the citizens of Piltover. I believe that one day he will be a great contributor to our society.
So you're saying your study was meaningless?
It was revolutionary.
Revolutionary how?
Yeah, he can't help himself.
I was trying to create magic.
Arcane talents are something you're born with. They can't be fabricated.
Surely we, the pioneers of science, can use it for good. Think of the wonders we could create. Let me prove—
Enough! I've seen this power in the wrong hands. It corrupts.
Yeah, he's not wrong.
As a lower house, my voice doesn't carry much weight here.
Oh, frostbite on her fingers.
What he did was foolish, but he has a good heart. Please, let him come home.
Perhaps in this matter, a lesser sentence may suffice.
Nice.
I move that Jayce be summarily expelled from the academy and remanded to the care of his parents.
So he has two parents?
You may take your son home, Mrs. Talus.
Interesting choice to shut the world out when they have those meetings.
First time I've been invited to the lanes. It better be worth my time.
You're looking for 4 children. I'm about to make your day.
Really curious about what role the evil experimenters are going to play in this.
Magic saved your life.
Yes.
That's true.
I could have convinced the council.
No, that foolish boy.
Yeah, I must admit, his theory intrigues. Could these stones really invoke magic?
Okay, well, we're gonna see.
Come tomorrow morning, his research will be safely disposed of. Lock up.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Oh, cool.
What? No. No, it'll kill me!
Real power doesn't come to those who are born strongest. It comes to those who will do anything.
No way. Hey, human testing. They're pretty confident staying in the room with him while this happens.
They won't see you. My dad says you're a misfit.
Come inside, Caitlin. Now.
I just wanted to explain.
I think you've done enough.
He shall rise from the ashes.
Did they take anything dangerous?
Hard to say.
The culprits must be apprehended.
We're doing our best, Counselor. Don't you think we've pushed them hard enough?
Turn the Undercity upside down if you have to. Just find them.
Yeah, this is going to instigate real problems.
What can I get you?
4 sump rats will do. Search the place.
Yeah, this is going to escalate so fast.
I'll take the strongest shit you got.
Oh, the warning. That's really cool. Yeah, they're not going to be there now.
I ran into an old friend of yours. He had some stories. You weren't always the peacekeeper, were you?
It'd be a shame if I had to put them on again. It's hard to clean.
Oh my god, that's a great line.
You're just a small man in a little hole the world forgot to bury.
Wow. A little man syndrome.
You all okay?
You heard him. They won't stop. We need to fight back. And if you won't, I will.
I've heard this kind of talk before.
Yeah, I'm sure you have.
Why are we here?
You still don't understand.
What I don't understand is how you can work with them. I want Powder to have more than that, and I'm willing to fight for it.
I led us across this bridge, thinking things could change.
Okay, so the bridge, that's where the line is, right? The bridge.
I know you want to hurt the Topsiders for what they've done to us. But who are you willing to lose? Nobody wins in war, Vi.
The Enforcers will come back.
I don't know.
So then that, at the beginning, what we saw in the first episode, that was like Vander's revolt. Oh.
Am I interrupting?
What's that? Another list with my name on it?
Actually, yes. But only because you signed your notes. I wanted to talk about your work. This hex tech theory of yours.
It's not a theory. You've no idea how beautiful it is. No one believed me.
Nobody's ever believed in me. Poor cripple from the Undercity. I simply believed in myself.
Good for him.
I want to help you complete your research.
Of course, I don't know if this is a good guy or a bad guy and what his intentions are with helping him finish.
I don't even know your name.
It's Victor.
Vi, where you been?
Rumor is the Lanes are gonna fight.
Look, I made her for the Enforcers. They're gonna work this time. I know it.
Sometime.
Me too. What makes you different makes you strong.
Do you have any idea what you've done?
Yeah.
I was getting results. You heard the council.
There is no stopping what happens now.
Oh, is this Vander's note?
Maybe it's not too late.
Oh, the Netflix's opening credit sequence here. Did he give somebody else up? Is that what the message was? Oh, nope. Oh, come on. Because that was the point of the pneumatic tube was that Vander's supposed to send up a message when he was going to give up whoever was responsible. Well, he's not going to give up his kids, obviously, his adopted kids. He's not going to give up Vi and Powder. So did he send something else up, a compromise, or set somebody else up? But it looks like they are there for Vi, but I don't think it's connected. And it's really not going to work. We're in episode 2. Okay, so the geography makes a little clearer to me now. So it looks like Piltover is obviously the elevated area, but also central, and the bridge kind of separated where the poorer people live, I guess, including the underworld that Vander built. That's kind of away from like ground level too. So it seems like we have a kind of a multi-tiered existence for the people who are on the outside looking in. Also, it looks like it's possible because of Victor for somebody from the outside to, at least on some level, elevate themselves in Piltover. But it looks like we have a whole lot more poor people, a lot more destitute people in this world than we have the upper end, which completely makes sense, right? The 1%ers are, 1%. There's 1% of them. But they also said earlier in this, was interesting, they want to put Piltover on the map, which makes me think there might be other, it's a big world, right? That there might be other heightened areas, plentiful areas, whatever you want to call them, other cities, other beacons of people who are doing really well. And I'm hoping that, we get a chance to see some of that if that's the case. If Piltover is too small to be on the map, what else is out there that's even bigger or more robust or whatever? I liked how this episode kind of shows just an escalation towards war that nobody really seems to be able to stop. There's people who aren't really the decision makers, maybe, that are kind of pushing us in this direction, right? The lower level police officers who just want to get things done, and the other members of the underworld the Undercity, who want to go ahead and fight and revolt, and the people actually do have the power are not able to control and maintain those people. So the peace they have right now is very tenuous, and I feel like absolutely going to end. And I'm not sure how I feel about Victor and what his role is going to be in this, because not only do we have factions in both of these opposing areas that are ready to fight each other, we also have people who are working on magic, I guess you could say, on both ends. The under guys who have whatever liquid that they're working on that obviously mutates people and animals into something a lot more dangerous, and then we have Victor and Jayce who are working on magic on their own end. And it really does seem like we have like a mirror set up here, and we get to see how both sides are living and how both sides are ultimately pushing towards this inevitable conflict. And let's face it, you have Xander, watching too much Buffy. You have Vander talking to Vi and pointing out that in war nobody wins and more people die, but which is absolutely true. War is horrible, but at the same time, at what point can oppressed people just remain oppressed? Which is the other side of that coin as well. War's going to be really terrible when and if it comes to that, but the alternative of just living in squalor and being taken advantage of probably isn't great either. So things are clearly going to come to a head on this show, and I cannot wait for that to happen. All right, guys, appreciate it. Talk to you on the next one.